you always used to have this jar in front of you or on your table, kitchen table, back when I was growing up, because I'm old. It's like there's this thing of sugar, right? So now I got sugar pops, and I'm pouring sugar on sugar pops. Well, like, that wouldn't go over too well today if me being a parent, my kids had that. But the best was grapefruit. So you had the grapefruit sliced up and all that, and then you put a little sugar on it, and then at the end you take the half and you squeeze it. Oh. Ooh, you gotta love it. Thanks to Brian, I got educated this morning. But sugar on chili, I don't know if I'm gonna try that. I may have to. I'm gonna trust you that it's really good.
But it's Taco Tuesday, so I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
Sugar on tacos?
Yeah.
Sugar on tacos?
No, don't need to go there. No?
One of my kids, my youngest one, she used to put ketchup on everything feasible. It's like, wow, why do you want? How about you? Crazy things. What do you put on?
Just
Think?
salt down watermelon.
So, yeah, I've heard that one before. Cantaloupe, pretty good.
Yeah, especially if the cantaloupe's not the greatest.
Yeah, okay.
Put a little salt on it, let it sit there for a little bit, and all of a sudden the flavor.
It's amazing the power of salt,
I know.
what it can do. It can preserve things, it can lengthen their life. I mean, it's a powerful tool, that salt. Cantaloupe?
Melts ice.
Melts ice, oh yeah. It's always a good thing around here. Okay.
All right.
You wanna talk hockey or not? We're just gonna keep
No.
talking.
On a roll.
On that note, hockey or food questions for Coach Johnson. Todd?
Did you say or food? Or food. Oh, okay.
Food.
I'll stick with
What's your
food.
favorite meal? That's what I always tell people. You've got one day left. What are you cooking? What's your favorite meal?
Still go with pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
What's on the pizza?
Sausage, green pepper, onion, maybe mushrooms.
Thin, hand tossed, thick?
Probably in the middle.
In the middle, okay.
Although different places are, you can get a thumbs
Yep.
up for me with anything.
Yep. Yeah, Coach Sauer, Lake Coach Sauer up at Sammy's up in Duluth. I mean, I used to love going there after games or Thursday night, and oh, it was like a potato chip. I mean, one lays a chip. No, I gotta have a couple more. And the same thing with Sammy's Pizza. You have one of those little squares. I need another one. It's like, and then you're walking out of the place. Oh, I ate way too much.
Made sure to go there a couple years ago in Duluth.
Yep.
For Coach Sauer.
There you go. Yep. Bring back some memories.
You were in this almost exact spot last season, 12-0 off a bye week going into Ohio State. What do you know you need to do better for that first game at Ohio State? Because that one didn't really seem to go much your way last year.
Well, I'm really encouraged because Sims is going to play and KK is going to play. And so having those two players be part of our Friday night's game is going to strengthen us. But in answering the question, last year when we were in that situation, you back up and say, okay, what can I learn about my team? Because now we're going to be at a disadvantage. Two of our better players aren't going to participate tonight, so it gives us an opportunity for other kids to take those minutes. In a very difficult environment, you can find out about them. And so that's what you do. And, even from Friday nights to Saturday night's game last year, we grew. And we had a chance to win Saturday's game. We lost it. But I'm excited. Talking yesterday to Brian, talking about it. It's a good opportunity for us to get tested. It won't get any harder than, Friday and Saturday. So what are we going to be like? If they scored 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, how are we going to react? Or if we scored 2 goals or whatever. So that's the fun part of dropping the puck Friday night and seeing 2 good teams go at it. And there'll be a lot of energy. The place will be packed. They'll be buzzing. They'll be all fired up, and it's a great environment to be in, and it's a challenge for us.
Different team, different circumstances over the rivalry series weekend, but it seemed like Lacey Eden had a really big weekend. What did you make out of her performance with the national team?
I got to see the Friday game in Salt Lake City. I flew out and watched that game and watched all our players play, and I thought they all did well. I haven't watched the game Wednesday night in San Jose. Our players had a say. They were on the scoring sheet, and so for each of them, an opportunity to showcase themselves. As I told several of them, going out, they were in a good position. I mean, we played 12 games. We've been going for about 7.5, 8 weeks, and so they're in great shape. And it's go out there and do what you're capable of doing. Don't worry about anything other than playing up to your potential. And I thought for most of them, they did a really good job. The only difference was Layla got an opportunity to play defense in the 3 games, and expose herself in that position. So I'm excited for him. I mean, it's as I told him, it's like being an NHL player. You know, you're taking a westward swing, whether you're playing Detroit, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and say, hey, we got this 8-day road trip. We're going out to San Jose one night, then we're flying into Salt Lake City, then we're bussing up to Boise. It's like you want to be a professional hockey player. Here's a week that looks like a professional, and so now they fly home, and get home yesterday afternoon late and get up, and they're at practice today, and I'm sure they're excited to get down to Ohio and an opportunity to play 2 really good games.
How does it change how you manage them this week, given the workload that they've had? Some other players have had a little bit more time to get off their skates, but they've had done a lot of traveling, like they're talking about.
Yep.
And have to get right back into it on a short week for this. What does that mean for them, I guess, in terms of the way you kind of manage their minutes?
Yeah, I mean, it's both sides communicating with each other and them being honest with us and how they feel, how their body feels. A nice part of it, Steph, our trainer, was on the trip with him. She was part of the staff, so she was with him all week and obviously flew home with him yesterday. They got home at a decent hour yesterday afternoon, and they're professionals. They understand where they want to go with their game, what they want to do with it, and so they take care of themselves, and it becomes a discussion. How do you feel today? I'm sure they're going to be sore and stiff and a little bit tired. Do you want to skate? So you come out for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, get the blood flowing. Make sure you get a good night's sleep tonight, and they're well conditioned. They're in a good spot, and so I have no issues with them. And trusting, what they want to do. If they want to take practice off today or tomorrow, that's part of the, what we have to do, and educate, with Paul and Steph, myself, and the players, and just, hey, what's the best plan? And then hopefully you pick the right plan that works. So we'll find out Friday night.
Mark, where have you seen Ava McNaughton improve from last year to this year as the #1 goaltender?
I think probably for her, more so on maybe the mental side of the game in regards to, having some success last year, especially late, working and training hard this summer, and then, mentally getting myself ready for a little bit different role that might be presented this year than I had last year. And so, can I play back-to-back games in Minnesota and be successful both nights and give our team a chance to win? And so I think, as I told her today, I mean, it's the toughest position in all of sports to become really good at, because it takes time, it takes a process, it takes having success, it takes having some failures, and they probably mature as a goaltender, 25, 26, 27, 28 years old, just because you need that time to really develop the skills on the ice, but more so the mental side of it, because anytime you let a goal in, you think you've failed, and the puck drops and here they come again, and I let another one in, and now I think I've failed. And so mentally, how do I adjust to that, and how do I become mentally strong? And so I think her space, the first 12 games, is she's gotten into a position where mentally she's strong, and again, it's like any of our players. If you want to get better, you got to keep working at it, and so that's what she'll continue to do. And hopefully this first chunk has given her some confidence, not only mentally but physically, that she's capable of playing well, because she's played really well in some of our games. I mean, even in the games up in St. Cloud, she played well when we needed her to play well, and she stopped the pucks that we needed her to stop, and then some more. So it's good to watch her grow. And more importantly, it's a process that she'll continue to grow if she continues to put in the time and effort. But will she put sugar on chili? I'm not sure she's there yet.
Mark, is this the perfect series to have coming off a bye, because it's going to be intense, and you got to lock in, and you don't really need to say anything because it is Ohio State?
Yeah, I think, for veteran players, they know what they're going to be up against. They've been down there numerous years, had some success there, had some failures there, and I'm more excited to see, where we're at and how we're going to react, maybe the first 8-10 minutes of the game. Because we can show film tomorrow what's coming, but we have to get on the ice and play with that. And so I'm anxious to see us. And I think having the week off is helpful. Obviously, a bunch of our kids got an opportunity to play against Canada, but more importantly, we can get ourselves mentally ready for what's going to be at stake. So I'm anxious to see what we look like.
These games against Ohio State have always, in the last couple of years, had meaning and had a lot on the line, obviously championship games, things like that. But how far back do you look to see when this became really a rivalry? Is there a point where you can see that this is where it's taken off to become where it is now?
I think, rivalries are built on meaningful games amongst the two opponents. So whether it's Colorado and Detroit back in the heyday that, got involved in playoff games, got involved in Stanley Cup situations, it just magnifies, the two teams. And so as Ohio State and ourselves started to play meaningful games in regards to playoff championships, NCAA games, NCAA championship games, that's how rivalries are built. And so you can't pick a particular time, but when was the first time we played them in a meaningful game that the winner went on, the loser didn't, or the winner won the championship, the loser didn't, the winner won the league conference playoff championship, the loser didn't. So if you do that multiple times, you've created a pretty good rivalry. And so you look at us in Ohio State the last several years, there's a bunch of that we've seen. You look at us in Minnesota, that is a little bit bigger and deeper because there's been more meaningful games for a longer period of time. But that's why we do what we do, and that's why the players play. They look forward to these type of weekends, knowing that the next time we play them, one of them's going to be here at LeBron, and then we're going to have a real meaningful game down at Wrigley. And so that makes it more enjoyable when you get an opportunity to play against one of the teams that you're a rival with.
Anything else for Coach?
So I got to ask Lacey, I said, do you put anything crazy on your food? We've had sugar on sugar pops, right? We've had sugar on grapefruits. We've had sugar on chili. We've had salt on cantaloupe. Do you do any crazy things with your food?
Hot sauce on everything.
Hot sauce on everything. Like we're talking eggs,
Yeah,
meat, everything. You just want to bite. There you go. We got hot sauce on everything. Hey, oatmeal? Ooh.
Never tried that.
Oh, well,
Don't.
all right. Until we meet again.